but you can do that, but we're at home. You can just do yourself, but we're at home. Just cut the potatoes up. We're not cooking. We're cooking for ourselves. It's on the fly, on the rise. Forget distractions, we don't tell the guys. Those solutions, we never skies. Indigenous ties, they fake all the minds. But we spread the knowledge, gotta claim what is ours. No time for the bed, ain't trying to fly. This is my trophy, I'm deal with the lies. No plans for the prize. Take rock on my side, I'm full of hypnotized. So we take it back to the essence. Jack Wayne was the latest for the lessons. Every time we're scared, we speak the message. Every form of truth is a question, don't test it. The way you cipher, obsession, state depression. Music was expression, tools skipping the question. Break the bread in the second, even through the repression. We felt it under pressure. We in the now, age of information. It's going in lives that we can't filter the nation. Frequency high, got the good vibration. Elevate the location, well-rhymed the case. We do it for the youth, and it's less than the changes. Streams for the truth, one love, one patient. Welcome to a Venice Child Live. Now I'm cutting up some potatoes for the potato salad. We're making fried fishless, y'all, out of papaya. So this is the before, and I can't wait to show you the after. So our side dishes are going to be potato salad. My family was craving potato salad. My husband was craving fried fishless. And we have to have a salad or some type of live thing going on. So we're going to make kale slaw. And we're not going to be using anybody's commercial mayonnaise or vegan mayonnaise or Hanes vegan mayonnaise. We're using avocado to make the mayonnaise. It's going to be so good. And I apologize. The last 2 weeks I haven't been live because, just a little self-esteem, confidence, numbers, stuff like that. But then I forgot this is my element. So this show is dedicated to Sister Rhonda, who did an amazing job singing at church today. Very, very powerful sister. And she came over to me and she was like, "Sister, you are just so beautiful. Anything that you say," and Ray, Ray, Ray. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this because I love to do it. And so this is where we're at today. My daughter's cutting up the potatoes for the potato salad. One of the things that my mother taught me was that whenever you want to make potato salad, start it from cold water and boil it together. Like, don't boil the water and then add the potatoes in. And of course, because I'm an alchemist, not just an alchemist because the ancestors made me an alchemist, but also it's a gift. But the talent is actually because I've been practicing for years. So you can be gifted in something, but when you're talented in something, it's because you actually dedicate and practice. So for about 8 hours a day for the past 15 years, I've been doing Drop Squad Kitchen. And in doing Drop Squad Kitchen, of course, I researched things and I found out that maybe the reason our ancestors knew to make potato salad like that is because it agitates the starch. If you start it from the hot water and it heats up all the molecules and things like that, and we don't really want a slimy potato. So we're gonna start from just cold water. Gonna add some water here, and she's gonna add all her potatoes to that. See, I'm so used to being at Drop Squad Kitchen where we have everything filtered, like at the tap and things like that. But at home, we just gotta use good water. So we're just using some basic spring water here. This is 3 bottles. And I think we did 6 potatoes. I kind of do 1 potato per person. There's about 6 of us in the house. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna add the potatoes and we're gonna go ahead and stick it on high and let it boil down. My daughter's cutting the potatoes large in the way that my mom makes it, and everybody loves my mom's potato salads. A lot of people actually cut them smaller, but we like it this way. And we also, I don't know if you've noticed, we're leaving the skin on. I prefer a skin on potato salad. It adds more texture and it's also um, giving you the nutrients. So when you wash your potatoes, one way that you can do it is you can put some water in a pot, add some baking soda. You can even add vinegar if you want. But just remember the vinegar will linger over. So for those of you who like mustard in your potato salad, that's fine. But just a little baking soda, and I trust you, all the tannins will be removed, all parasites and things like that, and use a good brush. So that's what we're doing. And I feel safe saying that, our potato salad is safe leaving the skin on. Another thing that's important is to make sure you salt your water. So, can I have some salt, Shadow? Or anybody? Nanatao, can I have some salt? I'm just going to go ahead and put that on high. Yeah. And we're just going to add some salt to that water. So that means I probably won't need so much salt, going forward. The next thing that I want to work on, and it's something I'm actually working on as far as this live, we all want to monetize, right? There's no godliness in being broke and being poor and being impoverished. So for those of you who don't know, I kind of just walked out of the Drop Squad kitchen, 928 Jefferson Street in the Wilmington Riverfront storefront shop. The overhead was just crazy. I was feeling stressed out. It just really wasn't working for me. So I'm trying to do some new things. And so, again, that's why I'm here back in my element doing live. I love talking to the people. I love teaching and I love sharing. So what we're actually doing here on Sunday is something that I actually do, which is cook Sunday dinner or Sunday brunch. But I thought about something. I really cook the same way at home that I cook at Drop Squad Kitchen, which ended up being the same way that I cook at home. So everything that I cook with here, for the most part, is going to be a Drop Squad Kitchen product. And on 310, I set my goals and objectives. I have a business manager now. I have a personal manager now. I have my whole team reorganized. So instead of Miara Bay being the chief libationist and chief server, she's on the video camera. So big ups to her. She's drinking some tea time, which I'll show y'all how to make one day, because she was concerned about doing the video today because she didn't want to be coughing in the background. I said, sister, daughter, love, everything. Let mommy make you this cup of tea, because I tell you, within 30 seconds, you will feel like you don't have a cold or anything like that. It works. I don't know if you could hear my voice. I had some this morning. I was like, I'm not going to church today because I didn't want to be coughing and things like that. So, So what we're going to be using today to make this fishless is our infamous New Jerusalem dressing. This is the same way that we use it when you see us spreading it on the beef steaks and on the salads. We're going to start with this while the potatoes are cooking. And we're going to add this New Jerusalem, kind of like an egg wash for our fried fish. Let me just go ahead and take this off. It'll go faster. And I'm actually doing everything in real time, y'all, because I want you to see that you can do this. This show is for an hour. Y'all can make this food in an hour. So this is our New Jerusalem dressing. It will be launched on 310 on this channel, and it will be available worldwide. This is the perfect flavor enhancer. It is a gravy. It is a salad dressing. It is our cheese for our cheesesteak. It is a bouillon, if you will, but right now we're using it as an egg wash. Now, 8 years ago on the Fresh channel, that's 4RESH, it'll say vegan. Well, really, you could just Google Butters Child and Fishless. And you will see me actually in a behind the scenes video for Drop Squad Kitchen showing you how I made a grilled salmon out of fresh papaya. Back then I was using dulse, I was using kelp, I was marinating. Ain't nobody got time for that. And like I said, with my talent and my research, I have grown. So I'm simply going to use this as the New Jerusalem as an egg wash. And something we all can't find, dulse and kelp. So I'm going to use something that you can find in pretty much every grocery store, and that is nori roll or nori sheets. So you have to be careful because you don't want to over season things. So I'm really just going to crinkle all of this up and put it in here like this. Because what's happening is today I'm frying it. Now, back then I did a grilled papaya, which was great. You saw me, you can see me in the video cutting it to fit the fish or the papaya for that matter. I'm not doing that this time because if you fry it, you're really just going to be frying the nori by itself. But if you truly want a fish taste, then just use all this nori roll. We like to do things in 2s and 3s around here. So I think this is enough flavor. But to also add an element of health and nutrition, I'm going to add some, you can keep the camera here, some bladderwrack. I don't mind sharing. I love this brand. I use a lot of this Brothers Teas. It's straight out of St. Lucia. But this bladderwrack is really good for you. You find it in a lot of Dr. Sabi's products, or it's mixed with sea moss. Sister Nadra from Holistic Heights, she has a bladderwrack and sea moss mixture as well. So I'm using that here. It's going to add to our seasoning, but it's also very nutrient dense. For those of us who want to lose weight, this is great for that. And again, I'm using this brother's products. It's Akeem Pierre. I love his stuff. It really, really works. So if you can believe it, that's it. That's all we're using for the fish. It's hard to find Maine Coast. That was the brand that I was using for my dulse and kelp granules. That's great, but this is all that I need right here. So we have that going. So now let's get to the good part. Let's get to the papaya. What's important about the papaya is to cut this in half. Now, mind you, I'm trying to feed 6 people. These are grown behind adults. Papaya is known for parasite cleanse and stuff like that. So one of the things we are going to do is we're going to keep the seeds, okay? Now, can I have a bowl, please? That's a whole nother show, but I just want you to know we are going to keep these seeds. But what we're going to be working with here is the flesh. Now, you can absolutely use the skin of the papaya if you want, but notice this shape. This shape, you can use it and you could cut it like this, and it's actually like a piece of fish. It'll look like a piece of fish. But I'm really just trying to make tender pieces of, can I have a smaller bowl? Or jar. A mason jar would be great. Because you know me, I say I'm going to do something. It might take a week later for me to get to it. So we're just going to scoop these seeds in here so we can use this. But what's important for us is to get the flesh. That's what we want. We really don't want this in here. You know, ancestors be speaking to me. They're like, this is a vegan caviar abundance. Now, I've never had real caviar, so, you know. So, as I said, New Jerusalem, I'm so in love with this dressing. Like, this is the most requested dressing on the side at Top Squad Kitchen. People literally be like licking their plates and their bowls, and they're always like trying to get sides of it, and we don't play. It's like $3 for a 2-ounce side. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to remove the skin. Right? Trying to get all this. So we got these little pieces, and I'm just going to stick it in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and make nice size. This is good. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. And these will be like fish fingers. I also want to remind you, you can actually call me live on this show, just like we did back in the day with Blog Talk Radio. I see, you know, these are getting cut smaller. It's fine. These will be fish nuggets. It's no problem. Just remember when you're working with fruit, and this is kind of a ripe papaya, that it will fall apart. So I'm going to go ahead and take off some more of this, the skin here. And so I'm going to do this one different. So you saw me cut it that way. So let's say we want to cut it another way. We have something called the AC Big Fish at Drop Squad Kitchen. So the other night when we went to Holy Mike, you know, it's hard for us to eat other people's food. So we usually bring our food with us. So the family said that they wanted fish sandwiches. So the AC Big Fish is our version of the McDonald's fish fillet. So it's just going to be like a bun with the fish fillet, some vegan cheese, and a tartar sauce. And that same tartar sauce is the same thing that we're going to be making to make the potato salad today. So if you wanted to make a fish fillet, you would cut it differently. So I'm going to cut it like this. That way you have a piece like this and it could just go like this and it will be floured on and fried up, or you could cut it down and you could put two pieces together so that when you fry it, it's like that. All right. So I'm making two different sizes because everybody in my family, I think because I've been vegan since 1993, y'all, I don't require the meat replacement that I used to. But when I first started Drop Squad Kitchen, it was serious. It was like an addiction. I really missed the bite. And one of the things that I noticed about this dressing that came down to me from the Most High is it really provides umami. It really is like a natural MSG. And there are only 5 ingredients in the New Jerusalem sauce or dressing, and there are no preservatives. And the way that I have organized these things is that my ingredients makes it a natural emulsifier. So we don't need any fake or commercial emulsifiers. So when you get it, it will actually be a whole dressing and it won't be separated. Y'all gonna love this sauce, I promise you. And it will be available for purchase on 310. And like, look, sometimes we're not perfect. I left some of the skin on. It's gonna be fine. So you can leave the skin on, you can leave the skin off. So we're gonna start making the batter for it. The batter is so simple. You want to do 3/4 flour mixture. You can use chickpea, you can use millet, you can use spelt, you can use all-purpose flour, and you also want to use a very fine cornmeal. Okay, and you want to add your seasonings here. So in ours, we got like onion powder, we have garlic powder, and Old Bay. If you don't have Old Bay, I'm trying to tell you, just paprika, celery salt, black pepper. If you don't want to use black pepper because black pepper really doesn't dissolve in the human body, you can use a cayenne pepper or something like that. So I'm going to work this fish into this batter that I created, which has all of the nori and the bladderwrack all the way already in it. And I'm going to take this, just want to get it well coated. And I'm just going to like form it around. And you see what I was saying about the nori? One thing I must say is if you do this part and let it sit for an hour, that nori will dissolve into your New Jerusalem. If you don't want to use New Jerusalem, you can absolutely make an egg wash by using something commercial like Just Egg. We're not using Just Egg, but Just Egg is something that you could use as like an egg wash. But the nori didn't get a chance to, for time purposes, to soak in. So this is what we have here. All right. We're just going to do a lot of pieces like that. And then I already have the oil on, and we're going to fry those babies up. This is going to be so good. And yes, do we have any questions? I believe when I did that video 8 years ago, people were like, yeah, but how does it taste? One thing I can say for sure, is that I never let a recipe go to commerce. First, it goes to unapologetically healthy. I just post like I'm doing a live right now. I would share how to make a fresh pressed juice, or how I made some beans or something like that. How I made some jollof rice or something, right? But when I perfected that recipe where we could sell it to 100 people a day, that's when I put it on the menu. The times before it went on the menu, it went straight from Ancestral Kitchen, where you see me in now, in the mothership, it was called Soul Food Saturday. So I practiced and I practiced and I practiced for years on the people and called it Soul Food Saturdays. Soul Food Saturdays was really just my practice. And so I can assure you that this tastes like salmon. This tastes like fish. Do we have any questions?
Someone asked, do the spices cancel out the sweetness of the papaya?
The spices don't cancel out the sweetness. The spices are in alignment with the sweetness of the papaya because salmon has a natural earthy and sweetness to it. Versus, if I don't know if people remember the lightness of a whiting versus a more medium of a tilapia. Salmon is more light and it has a natural earthy sweetness to it. We what it the spice is given an alignment. It's the frying and the cooking and the heating that actually takes away the sweetness. Also, it depends on if you have a green papaya or a ripe papaya. So we didn't get this was firm. This is a firm papaya. This is like the perfect avocado texture. Look at this dent that's making. Can you see the dent in my fingerprints? That's like a perfect avocado, okay? So pick your avocado if you want this taste to be like, trying to get some of that nori. The nori is also the thing that's going to make it taste like fish. It's your dulse, it's your bladderwrack. Guess what else gives things a fishy taste? And I learned this by getting Holistic Heights sea moss smoothie blend. I love that. Please go to holisticheights.com. I swear by it. And also Sister Nefare. Do we have hers? We are in this cabinet right here. We have Sister Nefare's smoothie blend. So just bring that over here so that in the camera so they can see that and order her product. It is amazing. And even though this is a vanilla spiced one, it works because you will not taste the vanilla in this at all.
And someone asked, just to confirm, you like a more ripened papaya?
Yeah, but not too ripe. That's why I said you got to touch it. You got to touch it
someone
to
asked,
make sure.
Can you bake the papaya wrapped?
So originally, when I was talking about grill, I was not grilling in Drop Squad Kitchen. You got to fake it till you make it. I definitely baked it. And I have some pictures that I should post again. But if you go down my Abundance Child Instagram, you will see the actual papaya that I made. I've made it so many times on Soul Food Saturdays. One of my number one requested recipes. But you know what you can do? You can absolutely just let it sit in your marinade of sea moss and bladderwrack or dulse or kelp, or wrap it in nori and let it sit, and it's raw. It's raw vegan fish. So we have some nuggets here. Let's see. I'm just trying to grab. If you don't want to make your own fish fry, there's all types of commercial fish fries out there that are in the sections at the grocery store. You can use that. But this can be made raw. This can be baked. This absolutely can be grilled. I don't know if y'all see what I'm doing here, but people be like, your stuff really be looking like fish. I'm actually using my hands to form it. Do you see that? To form it into an actual piece of fish. All right? But I suggest making your own. Can we put a timer on for about 10 minutes? And we're going to use the fork method that my mom taught me to make sure that the potatoes are nice and tender. Just washing my hands, y'all. I'll be right back. Are there any other questions? Don't forget, if you want to speak to me live, call 302-803-6454. This is Abundance Child Live Sunday School. We are making fried fishless, trademarked, out of fresh papaya, y'all. All right? The next thing that we want to start preparing is some relish. I'm not really trying to do store-bought anything, but I really took this out of the Drop Squad Kitchen pantry. People like pickles on their sandwiches, especially their tuna sandwiches, and our subliminal, which is a It's our version of a sub sandwich with our house-made meat, lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, sweet peppers, hot peppers, our branch dressing, which we're also going to be using today. But we're going to make some relish out of this. I'm really just going to use these pickles and some agave. It's really not that big of a science. So, daughter, if you will do us the honors. So what we're going to do is we're just using a basic food processor here. Let me get that. This is at least a cup of pickles. I don't mind, but we definitely putting pickles in our relish to make our own relish. And we're gonna use some agave. You can use coconut sugar. You can use coconut nectar. You can use nothing. Okay. You can use maple syrup. You can use date syrup. Can you find me some dill? Actually, I'll add the dill in at the end. So, perfect. I'll add some dill in at the end. And go ahead and blend this up. I'm literally using the food processor that my grandmother used. I stand by it. I have all types of food processors. They got, yes. But I actually still use the stuff that I inherited from my grandmother's kitchen, and it works fine. Next, I want to work on some kale slaw. So this is just regular kale that I'm de-stemming. Yeah, that looks great. Let's get another bowl because I want to tell you another secret that my mom told me. We're going to go ahead and put this in here. Take that, and you can take that. And I would like to get some of this juice out of there. Will you take some of that juice out? So I'm going to go ahead and de-stem this kale. This is for a kale slaw, y'all. I'm using the same cutting board, the same real fish, so I'm not worried about it. A little papaya is not going to hurt it. And most times, my family is hungry. They work all day. So they don't have time for, so I'm just going to cut this down small as I can. My favorite kale is lacinato kale, but the kale that we saw today when we went to Sprouts, I didn't have time to go to the farmer's market or anything. Didn't look good. But to make the best kale slaw, I would say use what they call the dino kale or the lacinato kale. Okay. Mm-hmm.
You done with this?
Yeah, I'm done with all of this. And another reason why I'm making kale slaw is I didn't have a lot of tomatoes. I really didn't have any cucumber. I didn't have a lot of the things that I prefer to be in a regular salad, y'all. So I was like, you know what we're making? We're making kale slaw tonight. Because I had avocado. We just got some of those for the store. And I had leftover, I had made spaghetti sauce. So I had leftover red pepper. And I had some leftover green pepper. I had some leftover onion from when I made the spaghetti sauce. So, you know, you don't want to throw stuff away. Waste not, want not. I really do believe that. So, literally, you could do this also if you want to get a better cut. Is just roll your kale like you would collard greens. And, you know, I have staff to do this, so let's not talk about my cutting skills. But yeah, but basically you want a julienne cut for your kale, all right? For your kale slaw. But you can absolutely roll it if you want to get a better cut. Even with the curly kale, you can absolutely do that.
Does kale slaw last, or do Do you suggest using it the same day?
I suggest using it the same day, for sure, because it's the more you manipulate kale, it's like you're tenderizing it. People always be like, "Oh, I love your kales," because we're not allowing the dressing to just sit on the kale. We're not allowing the dressing to just sit on the kale.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually going to be massaging this avocado into the kale. Would you mind opening up an avocado for me?
I don't know if this question was presented to you, but Kimberly, you asked, could you bake the papaya wrapped in a nori for 5 to 10 for the fish flavor to infuse into the papaya?
Absolutely. You absolutely can. And if you're not using an already toasted nori, that a lot of times those nori already are kind of like salty, you can use Old Bay. You can use like a crab boil. You can use any of those Old Bay brand like seasonings and things like that.
You need to pack out more.
You can just peel it for me.
Kimberly, you also say thank you. You inspired her to make an eggplant fried fish, less catfish. After trying the one you made, it was amazing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I love to inspire people.
Kira also states, thank you so much for sharing. This is amazing.
Thank you. You're welcome. So kale shrinks. So we might want to start here, but just think about it. After you start putting your hands in it, it's gonna, you see it's shrinking down just by the heat in my hands. So like I said, I'm feeding 6 adults, and the frying is a treat. You have to remember that. Try to fry in a sunflower oil or something like that, rather than like a canola oil or a canned oil. But listen, I don't judge. All right. But we try to do heavy on the greens and less on the starches and on the potatoes and things like that. Are there any other questions?
No questions, just Brother Conscious, big up family.
Abba yabba she shay.
One strong, too many since hearts. Chief Strong win, loving this format.
Come on, Chief in the building.
King Simon presents, keep up the works.
Oh man, that's my Jegna. King Simon, big ups to King Simon, the original Abundance Child Live. He was always the executive producer of Abundance Child Live, my silent partner. Abundance Child Live was the marketing venue, just as this Abundance Child Live is going to become the marketing venue for my own products. I really want y'all to buy my products, meaning like you don't have to have a whole lot of seasonings. If you want your food to taste like Drop Squad Kitchen, just buy the branch. Just buy the sunshine dressing. Just buy the New Jerusalem. Buy the bacon grease. Buy the church seasoning. I'm using all of that tonight. 310. My mama is my business manager, so I don't know if you know Mama Maxine, but it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen.
Aaron Young says facts. The New Jerusalem dressing is everything.
Team Young in the building.
Question: when do you know your potatoes are done for your potato side?
Well, the fork method.
The fork.
So, do you want to bring the camera over here and let's check it out? My mama would say these potatoes are done. Do you see that? I'm able to go right through. Let's get these potatoes out of here real quick. Real quick. We don't need to get heated anymore. Where we at, husband, on the time?
6:34.
Hey, we making good time. See what I'm saying? If I wasn't talking, this meal probably could almost be done. So this is kale slaw, y'all. This really is my original deity salad. I'm using avocados, and I am really just massaging the avocado into the kale leaves.
Lion Sound Films is a hand clap.
Yo, Joel! Yo, one of my biggest drops. So that song that you heard, let's wheel it back, Selector. Let's bring it back to the people. His nephew did the Abundance Child Live soundtrack. So let's wheel it back while I'm massaging this kale. This is just avocado. Hey! It's Abundance Live. This is Lion Sound Film Production, y'all. Okay, we can turn it down so I can, keep going.
Try to eat things, says peace and salute.
Peace, salute. Y'all notice I'm saving this, right? So I got to teach y'all how to make an amazing broth. It's what I use for my Heal Thyself soup. This adds so much flavor. If you want to make your own bouillon, you want to make your own stock, you want to make your own bone broth, save your greens. Because remember, we used to like pot liquor. There's a reason why we like pot liquor, right? It's all the juice that came from our families cooking collard greens. It's the same thing. Save this, add some carrots, add some bay leaves, some fresh thyme, some garlic, some ginger, some celery. I'm trying to tell you, it's amazing. And you don't need any store-bought stock when you're trying to make your curry, you're trying to make your oxtails and all that kind of stuff. Waste not, want not. Or you save it and put it in your compost. This right here is called sunshine dressing. We're going to use this to go with our kale. Just give it a little bit. And it's going to, yes, it's going to taste so good. So this is our sunshine dressing. It is an agave lemon dressing or agave lime. I know you're about to taste that. I didn't add the church. So this is called church seasoning, y'all. All right. This was the first thing I came out with before Drop Squad Kitchen was really Drop Squad Kitchen. And I dropped the ball. I'm always talking about I'm going to do something, but don't do it. But as I said, my mom is my business manager. Church seasoning is your perfect all-purpose seasoning. It makes everything taste better. I went heavy with it, but it's going to taste good. Now, I might need to come out with like a spicy church seasoning because I'm just going to add some cayenne pepper to this. All right, because we got that fried stuff. This is going to be great for digestion.
So good.
But that agave lemon, that agave lime dressing is also going to help with the digestion. Another thing that I want to add is some fresh cilantro. And listen, the last time I did a live was the day that I bought the cilantro. That was like 2 weeks ago. Look how good the cilantro still looks. So what we did is we put it in a mason jar and we covered it and kept it in the refrigerator. Man, this cilantro is going to help you get rid of like toxins and stuff like that in your body, the metals. All right, but it also adds mad flavor. Finally, I would like to add some. Some onion.
Sister Hypnosis with Kendall says she's taking notes.
Is that my sister?
Catching her first cooking video with you.
Aww. So big ups to Sister Kendall. I've known her for a long time. I was introduced to her and her family from King Simon back in the day doing the King Simon events. Big ups to Aton Edwards. Y'all need to tune into his stuff. He's doing a lot of big stuff now, y'all. And it's very important. He's the one that brought us. You got to be ready for anything. I remember it was like readyforanything.com. Where is the red pepper and green pepper? It was in the strainer, yeah. So I'm just going to take some red pepper. And I'm just going to. This is going to taste amazing. That's another thing. Speak life into your food. You know what I'm saying? There's agave in there. You can use honey. You can use lime. If you don't have my dressing, you're going to use your favorite seasoning with your favorite citrus and your favorite sweetener, whether it's maple syrup, whether it's agave, whether it's date syrup, whether it's coconut sugar. You can do whatever you want. But The red bell pepper in this is just, oh, it's so good mixed with the sweetness and the citrus. And I'm telling you, look at all the vitamins that we're getting. We got, we've been out here not knowing, do we wear a heavy coat? Do we wear a light coat and whatnot? So we need all of this. We need all these nutrients. Look how beautiful this is, y'all. And this is great because I'm just using the end of, stuff that I didn't use from before. This could absolutely use some more. You can put cucumber in here if you want to. You can add carrots if you want to. You can add red cabbage if you want to. You can completely diss the kale if you want to and just use cabbage. But this is what we had on hand. I love having a business. It's really important to have a business because the only way you can actually do business with an entity like the United States and not have so much liability is to be a business. So I literally cook out of Drop Squad Kitchen, meaning like we might get cases of red peppers. We get cases of kale. That's what we're eating. So I can honestly say the things that we served you at Drop Squad Kitchen is what I serve my own family. So this is our kale slaw. We always have to have a taste tester. Makai, you want a taste test? Y'all let me know if we need anything. Do we need any salt? Do we need any pepper?
Eddie Lewis says, I think that's the season you let him sample.
Is that Edie? Oh, another day one Drop Squad Kitchen customer.
You got the Real Fight Club radio. Hey, sis.
Bijitsu.
Good.
Good. All right, that's what I'm saying. Who's that Bijitsu?
Yeah, that's the Real Fight Club radio.
Oh, word. Bijitsu all day, every day. Big ups to Grandmaster. He just had a birthday. Big ups to Professor Greg. Big ups to Professor David, my own personal professor. Big ups to Shihan Musa, who I started with. Like, it's all love. It's all love. I hope y'all are eating right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to know we still practicing. You know what I'm saying? We doing our best. It's not a lie. All right, so now on to the potatoes, right? Okay. You see how the potatoes right here? They gonna stay right here by themselves. This is another Drop Squad Kitchen necessity. I'm trying to tell you, there are 5 things that will change your vegan life. Instead of saying effing life. 5 things that will change your vegan life. New Jerusalem, Branch, Sunshine, Church, and bacon grease. You can make anything that I make with that. So my mama always taught me, right? We didn't do the celery and the onions. Look, we ain't got time to be doing celery and onions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this into a food processor. Real simple. Just gonna put this into the food processor. Get that in there. And I had all that extra onion. We're gonna put this in the food processor next. And what we're gonna do is, this is a sunflower ranch dressing. It's called Branch. My brother, the brother who did the fresh video, made it. So this is our ricotta cheese for lasagna. This is the dressing on the deity salad. This is also the sour cream on the taco meat. So anything that you're craving like a branch or a ranchy type of dressing is the Branch, okay? But my mama always taught me that you need to stir in the potatoes. So that's what we're gonna be doing. You see, we already made the relish out of pickles. Now we're using the Branch dressing. You saw that I used the church seasoning, and we want these things to be about the same amount. So I got this much relish. I want that much celery. I actually do have recipes for all this because you know that I did this at Drop Squad Kitchen. I had to do the food cost, so I have the recipes. So not on 310, but eventually I am gonna start putting out the cookbook, but it's gonna be more of a like a workbook, all right? Because it's really the abundance method, and it's really this is how I teach my staff. So the full book will be available for people for like $150,000 if you want to have your own Drop Squad Kitchen. That's where we going, y'all. So I'm using Abundance Child Live as a marketing tool and also just how to stay in touch with y'all. So now we have our onions. You see how quick that is? Most people can sit up there, and I'm going to add a little dill. And I'm going to start folding in. I'm going to make this right here. Oh, you know what else I need? It's some celery salt. I got it right here. Some celery salt. Ancestors tell me when to stop. You know? I always tell my family, you need to taste everything at every section. So, Nana, can you taste this and see if this is good enough to stir in? It's okay, babe.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. This thing, every time I try and put it down, like, oh, there you go.
There you go. Tell me what it needs, honey.
This is actually perfect.
Hey,
With the potato.
epa, go, go,
Eddie Lewis
go,
says
go,
yes.
epa.
He says he's buying.
No!
It fell up right.
Only
Yeah,
lay
let's
must want some salt.
go.
So you see what I'm about to do? I'm gonna start folding in. Start folding in the potatoes.
I've noticed this with Kendall. She states that the salad looks delicious.
Oh,
I love this. If you want to taste it.
okay. So I think we did a good amount here. You like potato salad?
Of course.
I'm making this whole thing because my baby wants
I love
something.
eating too.
I
So,
know.
you gonna come too?
No, I'm good. I won't.
Get your butt over here.
Kai
I'll do
Faison said that salad tastes great with heart.
Come on, Miara. If y'all don't know, y'all about to know. This is DJ Spliff Shorty. She even DJs her own birthday parties.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, let me get it together, y'all. I know this might look dry, but
No, it doesn't look that.
did you hear that sound? Hold on. Everybody quiet on the set. That's when you know. My mama taught me that too. So
Professor Greg says he's hungry now.
no, I know he wants some chicken.
It's so good.
It's good? Okay. All right. All right, so we got the salad, we got the potato salad. Now we are about to fry this
Got 10 minutes.
10 minutes? 10 minutes.
6:49.
So we just gonna, I can overkill it.
So
Put
good,
these
y'all.
pieces in here. First plate goes to the ancestors. Can I get a plate for the ancestors, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Really, I don't want to overdo it. I'm gonna drop it. Let's do some more. 2. Some nuggets. 3, 4. It's not like anybody's gonna sit here and get this plate of food. Like my ancestors are just gonna descend on the mothership and get this food, right? But it's the energy, it's the intent that went into this. So I'm gonna dedicate this first plate of food to my ancestors and to your ancestors so that we can continue to do this live. May they guide us. May they nurture my spirit. May they nurture yours so that we can stay in communication and I can know what it is that you want to eat. Just like my husband said, I want some fish. Y'all might say, I want some. Put it in the comments. So next Sunday I can come with it. I really love doing this. And so we have all this done. Nothing can go to waste. I'm trying to tell you, tomorrow we can juice the rest of the celery that we didn't use. We can juice the rest of that kale, add some cucumber, add some apples or some pineapple. Boom! Nothing goes to waste. We got wild rice. Make that. I always make that broth and add like a cup of wild rice to it, and that way, um, I need something to clean this off. And that way we don't waste anything. But yeah, the best way to honor your ancestors, y'all, is to honor your living ancestors. So my living ancestors are here with me, and I absolutely love appeasing them. That's why, just like if I was to do a ritual, and I will, and I give them this plate, I'm going to open up some arogbo, make sure that they're ready to receive this offering. I'm going to give them some obi and see if they accept it. If they want anything else, y'all want some drink, y'all want some wine, y'all want some gin, y'all, what do y'all want? I do the same thing with my family. What y'all want? Y'all want me to pair this? We got some, you know what would pair well with this is some, the apple ciders. The apple cider beers. I think we got some wine. White wine would pair well with this tonight, but I can't just do it like that. So let's fresh squeeze some. Thank you, Mira.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Doesn't this look great?
Ooh.
Look at this.
It's hot.
Looks great.
It's yummy.
Put that down. That went in last. So I have a white plate for a gungo. We also said we were feeding egg bay tonight too.
6:52.
Huh? It doesn't look what? I speak.
I was saying it looks brown. So
Okay,
to
that's
me-
good enough. All right, pull it up. So make this plate here. Fresh cilantro. Make sure they get these peppers so that whatever realm that they're in, that they can be doing well, that they have Iku, that they have long health, that they have long life, so that we can have long health and then we can have long life. Because if you have Iku and you have blessings in life, that means blessings of wealth, blessings of spouse, blessing of children, blessings of career, blessings of Bogo, all the things that you want and you need in this life that you chose from heaven to this earth and what you have earned from heaven to this earth. We can have that, but at first you have to have life. Now, can I have some paprika just for aesthetic's sake?
Shay.
I remember every time. I'm only doing this because when I grew up, every time we had potato salad, there was some of this red stuff on it. Now I know it was paprika. So that's what that looks like. That's for the egungun. And last but not least, I'm gonna make a plate for the elder in the village. Man, he don't need that much fish. I really do use my hands like this, so y'all don't have to do this. A lot of people now at the store we couldn't do this, right? But you absolutely can do this. You can use spoons and stuff. Don't be like me.
Afro Prep now says watching this has made me hungry.
Come on, brother Aton. That's what the heck I'm talking about.
Yep.
I love my family. Egg Bayo. Musa. Ireo. And Benda Musa. Egg Baby. Come on, y'all. Musa. Ireo. And Benda Musa. Egg Baby. Akika, Ashege, Akika, Ashege, Akika, Ashege. We say Muso, Muso, Muso. Big ups to Abundant Show Live, brother Shadow. Can you bring us out? Thank you for listening. We did the faux fish today. Add fresh salmon. Fresh salmon. We got that right here. We did potato salad and we did greens. And don't forget to be looking out for the links for the branch, for the NJ, for the church seasoning, for the bacon grease, and all that good stuff. I love y'all. Big it up, big it up. Drop Squad, big ups to Sarak for doing this. Sarak, Soul Messiah. One more time, rewind selector. Bring it back, bring it back. Now I really appreciate y'all. Come on, you gotta eat.
Oh, dancing?
Come on. You got the Drop Squad shirt. Tell me how to taste. So come through the Drop Squad to get that live plate. Where unapologetically healthy food is wealth. If you invested in yourself, come to our place. Drop Squad. Well, that's your favorite part.
Oh, wow.
The fish.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right, people. Peace.
Peace out.